everyone, welcome to this reading. This is a reading regarding what don't you realize about yourself. We're going to be covering, obviously, what don't you realize about yourself, what the spirit wants you to know about yourself, and what truth about yourself is wanting to be revealed. Before we get into this, I would like to say this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for you. If nothing resonates at all, I will pick a different pile, and if you had trouble picking piles, I recommend the random number generator. That's something I always use, and it always helps me. So that being said, this is group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. I'm going to give you time to pick your groups in peace. And with that being said, if this reading resonated for you or if it was entertaining, I definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button, like, commenting, and all of that, especially commenting, because y'all comments are literally so motivating, and I can't stop. But yeah, I'll see you in your reading. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading. This is a reading regarding what aren't you realizing about yourself or what you aren't seeing about yourself. Before we get into this, I would like to say this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for you. If nothing resonates at all, I would pick a different pile, and if you have trouble picking piles, I will recommend the random number generator. That's something I always use and it always helps me. So that being said, let's get into your reading. So I'm actually doing this a bit differently this time. So the bottom line is we're inquiring about what you aren't seeing about yourself, but I have two columns for different questions. This will be representing what you aren't seeing about yourself. This represents what spirit wants you to know about yourself, and this represents what truth about yourself needs to be revealed or it's wanting to be revealed. So we have Pluto transformation, 9 of Pentacles, and unexpected income. What you aren't seeing about yourself. Okay, so one thing that I'm immediately getting is that you are not recognizing how big you've transformed. You have, I feel like, undergone so many transformations countless of times, but maybe you might not be where you want to be at the moment, so now you're discrediting everything else that you've done. So for example, you're on level 20. Obviously we all had to start on level 1 before, but because you're not on level 50, you're like, dang, I'm only on level 20. When in reality, do you know how long it took you to get to level 20? Just because you're not on level 100, just because you're not on level 50, that doesn't mean to discard or disregard all the other effort that you put in to getting to the level that you've been at right now. So I do see with this 9 of Pentacles that you guys are a very, very hard worker. And you see how this lady isn't even looking at all of the pentacles she has. So I'm looking at this as you guys are not seeing how far you've come, or even if you do know that, I don't think that you are acknowledging it to the fullest extent that you can, because with this Pluto being here, the 9 of Pentacles and unexpected income, this could more than likely be about your financial life or your financial status. Maybe you're not in the range or rank you would like to be or class you would like to be in, but do you know how far and how long it took you to get where you are right now? I feel like you guys went through a lot of stuff and you've worked really, really hard, and you know, to get to where you are now. But because you're not doing perfect, you're not doing excellent, all of that, it's, oh my God, I'm a failure, or oh my God, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. When in reality, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Do you know how hard it took you to get here? You know how many transformations you undergo? I feel like there was a lot of rebirths when it came down to you. Maybe you guys switched careers, or maybe you guys switched mindsets or whatever. I just feel like there's a sense of learning a lot of lessons. And even though this is about income, and we have the Pentacle suit right here, which is about materialistic things and materialism, but with this Pluto being here, I feel like this also has to do with lessons that you had to learn in life. Yeah, it was painful. Yeah, you had to get your heart broke to learn this lesson. But look at you now. You are a stronger person. You are someone that has more experience than you had from before. You didn't have these experiences before. And that doesn't make you any less than what you are now, but you are just a stronger person. You're just a more knowledgeable person. Because another thing I'm seeing with this 9 of Pentacles and unexpected income and Pluto being here is that I feel that if you were, for example, if you are in 2nd grade, if you were to get thrown in 4th grade, you would still be able to stay afloat. Why? Because when you were in 2nd grade, or as you are in 2nd grade, you learn many lessons that most second graders did not have to learn. So if you were put in a higher grade at this very moment, I'm not saying that you would be ahead or you would be doing excellent, but you would definitely stay afloat. So one thing that I am seeing is that if someone were to put you in any situation, you will be able to manage. I'm hearing a very what is that word? A resourceful person, a very resourceful person. So maybe you guys had to struggle financially, and maybe you know what it feels like to, have to struggle for something, or maybe you know what it feels like to not get everything handed to you on a silver platter, and that has given you, I'm hearing diversity, but that has given you the skill of adaptation. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Adaptation, I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of you guys have went through a lot of stuff, and you still managed to make your way. Even if you aren't where you want to be right now, you are in a much better place than you were before. Even if it's not physically, mentally, even if you feel like you're doing worse when it comes down to your mental status, you just know. I feel like you're more wise and you're more resourceful. You have more skills, you have more abilities than you had from before. And I don't think that you're fully acknowledging this about yourself. Like, you guys are very, very powerful. And if you look right here, it says power. I'm gonna just do it. But we have power right here. Renewal, rebirth, all of that. I feel like you guys reached your lowest point several times. Like, this has happened several times. This is something that was probably repetitive, and you're just like, why does this keep happening? And I know no one wants to hear, oh, it's supposed to make you stronger. I get that, I understand that, but it has made you stronger, and I don't think that you guys fully recognize or give yourself the credit for what you've been through and how you've managed to overcome all of this. So now getting into the next column, which is what the spirit want you to know about yourself, we have I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because okay, I'm gonna just put it right like this. Let me move this over. Oh wow, I did not mean for that to happen. Am I gonna do it like this? Can you guys still see that? I don't know. Okay. Okay, that's gonna fall anyway, so whatever. Okay, so what does spirit want you to know about yourself? You are very privileged. And this doesn't have to be financially. It might be financially because we do have unexpected income and Nine of Pentacles being here. But this doesn't have to mean financially. Like I was saying with, we have self-sacrifice, universal love, all of that spirituality. Yeah, I feel like you guys are very privileged when it comes down to your mindset. You are, bro, I feel like a lot of you guys are very intelligent, and that makes perfect sense with your bottom deck energy being the Ace of Swords. I feel like you guys are extremely intelligent, and yes, that means you might have to go through other obstacles because you're not surrounded by people that have your morals, that have your level of intelligence. So it's a constant cycle of expecting someone to do something and they're not going to do it because they're not on your level. That might be a problem for some of you guys. So if that is a problem for some of you guys, that is another confirmation that this is your pile. But what spirit wants you to know about yourself is you are very, very privileged because of the simple fact that you are morally a good person, and when it comes down to your intellect, amazing. With this World card being here, and then when I broke the deck, the Seven of Wands did show itself to me. So okay, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Star did show itself to me. Yeah. Okay, so I feel a lot. Okay, you guys could be older people or someone that is young but with a lot of experience, because with this world and all of the cards that I just named, I feel like you guys went through a lot of trial and error. Okay, technical difficulties, I ran out of room, so I kind of forgot where I was going with this, but I do know that I was basically saying that you guys, okay, I'm gonna start off. So you guys, this group could be older people, or just people that had to go through a lot of lessons, and these lessons might have hurt, and these lessons might have caused pain. Maybe you had to go through a breakup, like a heartbreak. Someone had to, essentially do you wrong. You had to, I feel like a lot of you guys had to learn it the hard way. You didn't get things served on a silver platter for you. Maybe financially, because I just want to put that out there. Maybe financially, but I just don't think when it comes down to maturing and when it comes down to experience that you guys had the best of luck. But I feel that spirit wants you to know that yes, these things happen to you, and yes, it's pretty sad and bad, but it gives you privilege. Why? Because now you are much more mature, much more experienced, much more smarter than you were before. So for example, if you had a problem with defending yourself, obviously you're attracting people that would want to walk over you, control you, you know, manipulate you into doing things that they want you to do. But after a while of going through that cycle of pain and that cycle of only having people around you because they want to control you, it just says low battery mode, so I cannot see what's on the screen, but obviously it has caused you pain. It's like, oh my god, why can't I just have a good friend that actually genuinely loves me for me? So, you know, it hurts, whatever, but now you learn your lesson. What was the problem throughout this whole thing? Obviously, you know, them being bad people, but because you never defended yourself, so now you know that for next time, now you are someone that defends yourself. So now guess what? You don't have to worry about attracting people that want to control you, because you're not going to allow that to happen, because you defend yourself, you stand up for yourself. So you know what? That immediately crosses people out of your list of which you could possibly attract, and now that's one less problem for you. And now you know this. I feel like a lot of you guys are very well versed in psychology. You might want to do that, or you're just very aware of how humans behave, especially with that empathy card. And I feel like this is because you went through a lot of stuff, so now you know. It's like, you know, when you're very experienced, you have a lot of wisdom. And I think this is your case. Now with this world, I feel like, yeah, you guys had to work through a lot of things. And I feel like this has to do with people. With the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Star showing to me, I feel like maybe you guys had a bad experience with people, or it's just what you went through when it comes down to people is not really the best. What I don't mean to make this that type of reading, but I definitely feel like you guys are very privileged because you guys are very intelligent and very experienced within life. You now have the upper hand. I feel like a lot of people in your life had the upper hand against you, but they no longer have that. You are the privileged lady in this one. Even if you're a male, you're the privileged person in this one because of how intelligent you are. Maybe with this Knight of Pentacles and this unexpected income, maybe you went through a transformation of having nothing to having everything with this world. You're now living your dream, or you're now stepping into the phase of starting to live your dream. Regardless of what it is, you guys are going through many transformations, and you have already went through enough transformations to enable you to have to say, look at where I came from and look at where I am now. Like I said, you might not be where you want to be right now, but look at where you are now. That is a far cry from where you were before. A very far cry. And I feel like you guys are very privileged. But let me close this low battery thing because I cannot see what's on the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now to the next column, what truth about yourself wants to be revealed. So let me move these over a bit because we already went through this. So we have the Numinous mystery. Can you see that? Then we have the Page of Wands and toil and labor. This, I don't know if you guys can see this because like the tripod is like messing up everything. Like, oh my god, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm so sorry if you can't see that. Okay, what truth about yourself that wants to be revealed? You're a very hard worker. Let me tell you that right now. Like, and this low-key makes me want to cry because look at your bottom deck energy. Your bottom deck energy is imprisonment. You guys might feel, okay, I just got one thing here. You might be going through a generational curse, or you just have a lot on your plate with this toil and labor. And then the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, the page is usually representing naivety, youthfulness, could even be translated into immaturity, all of that, just someone that's very young. But guess what? This page represents literally so much motivation. Crazy motivation. Why? Because, for example, a baby does not know that they cannot fly, but guess what? If they want to fly, they're gonna fly. To us, they might end up falling off the couch, but to them, they're flying. Why? Because they don't believe in limitations. They don't have limitations on themselves. So with this Page of Wands and this toil and labor, I feel like this is what you guys are. You guys may have wanted to give up at a point in time, but you never did, and you're never going to give up, because that's just the type of person you are. And with this mystery card being here, especially when it comes, it's ironic because this column represents what truth about yourself wants to be revealed, and that we have mystery. That's, I don't know, that's crazy. But you guys are very, very hard workers. I feel like a lot of you guys could sometimes downplay yourself and be like, oh, I'm lazy, ugh, I don't do anything, ugh, I'm not doing enough, when in reality you know how much you're doing. I feel like you put so much on your shoulders and you don't even realize it. To you, it's normal. And like, if you don't have 100 things on your shoulders, you're like, oh my god, I'm not doing enough. You have 50 things on your shoulders. What are you talking about? 50 things. You only have 2 shoulders. Look at that. I feel that you guys are very, very hard workers, and you have this insane drive to achieve your goals, and you're not going to stop until you get it. And I don't think that you're realizing that about yourself. You're a very hard worker. A very hard worker. And even if you haven't, because I know a lot of people like, what have I worked on? I haven't worked on anything. This could just be mentally, a lot of mental energy. We do have the Ace of Swords being here, and that is about mental energy. You know, using your mind, your intellect, all of that. Your bottom deck energy for this one is passion, the 5th house. You guys are very, very passionate people. Very, very passionate people. And I just feel like a lot of you guys downplay yourselves too much. Entirely too much. It's like, I have a feeling that you guys have a self-worth problem, that you don't recognize your self-worth. And I feel like maybe with this imprisonment card, you've been forced to work hard because maybe you needed to get out of that situation. Like I was saying, you probably didn't have things handed to you on a silver platter or whatever. Even if this doesn't mean financially, maybe you haven't had the best luck with making friends. Maybe you haven't had the best luck when it comes down to loving yourself. That doesn't always have to mean, oh, you weren't rich or whatever. It doesn't have to mean that, because everyone struggles from a lot of things. Struggle is struggle. Yeah, I feel like you guys have a self-worth issue. It's like, maybe like this is what I was saying. Maybe you've had to carry the weight of other people because they couldn't do it themselves, or maybe there was always someone in your life saying, no, you gotta work harder, oh, that's not enough. Maybe you have an extremely strict boss, and it's like, no, that's not enough. And now you've placed that on yourself. You guys can be perfectionists. You place these things on yourself, and now you have a distorted sense of viewing things, because it's, trigger warning guys, but it's kind of reminding me of body dysmorphia, if that's dysmorphia. I don't know how to say that word, but it's like, basically you don't know what you actually look like. And I feel like you can apply this to what you're doing. You don't actually know the depth of what you're doing, because to you it looks like you're not doing enough, when you're doing literally everything. You have the world on your shoulders and you don't even realize that. Like, I strongly feel you do not get how much hard work you are and how much you had to go through. And for you, it's like, oh, because I'm not rich, or oh, because I'm not in a perfect, I'm not living the life that I want, I'm doing terrible. No, that's not the case. You don't have to have everything figured out, regardless of age. It doesn't matter. Because I've seen this TikTok and it was like, if you haven't made it by 20, you can make it by 30. If you haven't made it by 30, you can make it by 40. If you haven't made it by 40, you can make it by 50, and so on. Because one of the examples that I think they used was, there was a 7-year-old, she made a book and became rich. She wasn't rich her whole life. I bet she probably thought, or I bet someone with this mentality of, oh, if I don't make it by that age, it's over for me. If she had that mentality, she would not be where she is today. I feel like you guys just doubt yourself so much and don't really realize how far you've come. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, it's crazy, and it kind of makes me want to cry for you guys, because like that, like, if only you could see, is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like people know this about you. I wouldn't be surprised if your friends knew this about you, or your family members knew this about you, or people could look at you. Maybe a lot of you guys might have really bad eye bags, or you just come off as very tired sometimes, or mentally drained, but yet you're always running errands or whatever. make it apply to your situation, because this is a general reading. But that's crazy. Yeah, so yeah, group 1, that was your reading. I hope it helped you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. This is a reading regarding what aren't you seeing about yourself, or what don't you realize about yourself. I'm doing this one a bit differently. This column represents what aren't you seeing about yourself. This column represents what the spirit want you to know about yourself, and this one represents what truth about yourself wants to be revealed. Before we get into this, I would like to say this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for you. If nothing resonates at all, I would pick a different pile, and if you have trouble picking piles, I recommend the random number generator. That's something I always use and it always helps me. So that being said, let's get into your reading. Okay. We have Gemini, the butterfly. Then we have 2 of Swords. And message of concern. Yeah, okay, I'm already getting a very, okay. I feel what you don't see about yourself. You're very unsure of yourself is kind of what I'm getting with this message of concern and the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords and the message of concern are pretty similar cards. And with Gemini being here, yeah. I feel like you guys are very, very, very restless, and I feel like you guys have a self-worth issue, or you have a really big habit of doubting yourself. And you won't, like, I feel like you guys might suffer from intrusive thoughts, or just you guys might have an overthinking issue, or you guys might think the worst of a situation. Yeah. And with this message of concern in the 2 of Swords, there's a sense of indecisiveness, which causes this card to be here. With this Gemini being here, I feel like there's just a really fidgety energy when it comes down to you. And it's crazy because fidgety is right here, if you can see it. Hopefully you guys can see that, because I don't feel like pulling the card up. But I definitely feel like what you don't see about yourself is the fact that you have the capability of being sure of yourself. You guys, I feel like you guys have a really, really strong intuition and could have psychic abilities, because I feel like people that overthink are definitely have a higher probability of having psychic abilities rather than other people, simply because of the fact that they can think of several outcomes, even if it is for the worst, but they can think of several outcomes, which is a common factor in psychic people. So I definitely feel like you guys can be one of those people, and you are. It's just, it needs to be balanced, because there's just a sense of never being sure of yourself or not taking yourself seriously. So for example, you guys could be the type of people to think of something and feel it, like the vibe is off, but you're like, nah, I'm just wrong, I'm just overthinking everything, when in reality the vibe is actually off. You just need to listen to your intuition, and a couple of days later you hear something happen. It's like, wow, I was feeling that. Wow. Maybe you guys might be the type of people to be like, wow, I should have trusted my gut, or I should have went with what I was thinking from the beginning. And it's like, yeah, I'm getting the sense that you guys just really don't see how intuitive you guys are. Like, I feel like you discredit everything you do. You discredit it so much. I feel like another thing is, like, you guys are very restless people, and that's another thing here. I feel like you guys are very, and street smart. I feel like you guys are, which is probably why you overthink. You guys are very intuitive, very perceptive, but you guys are like, I don't have a valid reason to not like this person, or I don't have a valid reason to not trust this, so I'm gonna go with it anyways, just to find out that there was a reason not to trust it, because this person was a criminal, or that the drink was poisoned, or whatever. But you were feeling that from the very beginning. So I feel like you guys are very, very perceptive, but you second guess it. With this person with the 2 of Swords, they don't realize that this blindfold, they can easily slice the blindfold off and see things clearly, and the moon is in the back. It's just, I feel like you willingly, or you just give your power to something else. You give your power to be like, nope, I'm just in a messed up situation. A lot of you guys could be very, very pessimistic, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I mean, everyone's pessimistic at some point. I'm an overthinker, so I get that. You're not trying to be that way, but that's just what happens because past experience or whatever might be your situation. But another thing I'm getting with this 2 of Swords and a message of concern, you guys can pick up on maybe what people say before they're gonna say it. So it's like you look at someone, you analyze their energy, and they're like, yeah, this person's in a bad mood, or yeah, I feel like this person's gonna be like, oh, I'm hungry, or this person's gonna ask me something, and they end up asking you that question, or they end up saying what you were gonna say, because you guys are very perceptive. You can predict this message coming before it even comes. With this Two of Swords being here, that's kind of what I'm getting. You guys could also be visual learners, which is kind of ironic since this person does have a blindfold on. But you know what I'm getting with this? It's like the typical scene in the movies. The person is sitting there with a blindfold, or when it comes down to translate it into a movie, the person is in a dark room and they're facing the window. Someone silently comes into the room and they're like, hello, whoever, I've been waiting for you. And the person's just like, huh? I was quiet and the room is dark. How did you know I came in here? Kind of like that. You could be blindfolded and still be able to tell when someone's there, still be able to tell when someone's looking at you, still being able to tell that there is someone there with this certain type of energy. You guys are very intuitive. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, let's get into what the spirit want you to know about yourself. Let me move this column over. We have Neptune dreams. This is not focusing. Why is it not? Okay. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Then we have marriage, and it's so crazy because before that card came out, I knew it was gonna come out. I didn't know it was gonna come out for your group, but I knew that card was gonna end up coming out. But okay, what does spirit want you to know about yourself? I feel like a lot of you guys could be occupied in other things rather than yourself. You guys could be hopeless romantics, or you know what I'm getting with this dreams and Eight of Wands card, just disregarding this for a second. I feel that you guys have the ability to achieve your dreams, but you're doubting yourself. And this makes perfect sense with this column right here. It's like you already have the motorcycle. You just need to push the gas pedal. It's like spirit is literally waiting for you. They're like, I can't do anything else for you. Why? Because you already have the help that you want. You already have the wand, the pentacle, and the sword, and the cup. You just got to make it happen. It's kind of what I'm getting with this Eight of Wands and this dreams. I feel like you guys are very, very imaginative and very, very, I feel like you have a bigger or larger than life type personality, but you tend to dull it down, maybe because the people that you're around don't really reciprocate that energy, or maybe that's not really appreciated in the community that you're in, or maybe you just don't have the support, or maybe you're not supporting yourself. Whatever your situation is, I definitely feel like you literally have the green light to go. Like spirit is giving you the green light, like go ahead. But you're sitting there maybe focusing on other people. Yeah, I feel like you neglect yourself a lot emotionally. I'm not saying physically. I'm not saying you don't take care of yourself, nothing. I just feel like you guys neglect your own needs a lot and put people before you. I'm getting what this energy, especially with this column, you know that one character in movies or TV shows, they're usually very, very upbeat. They come off as kind of crazy, the person that just says what comes to their mind. You could be having a normal conversation and they're like, you know what I like? Oreos, and like they're just that type of person. They're very spontaneous, and I feel like that is who you guys are. But you know what? This person is usually the therapist friend. And if you don't know what the therapist friend is the one that is always there to help their friends. They're always there when their friends need a vent. They're always there. But usually when it comes down to the therapist friend, no one is there for the therapist friend. Or even if they are, they just don't help the way you guys help. So it's like I feel like you guys are focused on maybe you're focused on love or marriage or whatever. But I'm also taking this as you guys are focused on other people rather than yourself. You guys are very, very, there's a word for it, and I don't know the word right now. Very selfless, but up to the point where it's kind of damaging towards you. And this is starting to really irritate me. So I'm just move it right here. But I feel like you guys are very, very, very selfless. Very selfless. In this, we have empathy right here. And you know what? Because I just remember what was in this column. I feel like you guys don't recognize how much you mean to other people. That's another thing. That's also when I'm including the marriage card. I feel like you guys don't really see that people, you're easy to fall in love with this marriage card. You're husband material, wife material, whatever. You're like, I feel like a lot of people daydream about you. We have enchantment right here, magic. I feel like, is that ethereal? No, but it's just the ether. I wouldn't be surprised if the ethereal was in here. Hold on. No, it's not, but you're that type of person that everyone loves, and I feel like maybe you don't think that with this first column being here. And with this Gemini, you guys definitely have a lot of personalities, but in a really good way. It's like you can show up to the occasion, to anything. So for example, you could wear street clothes, you could be classy, you could be upbeat, you could be, you know, nonchalant, you could be chill. Like you literally have it all. You literally, oh my God, you literally have it all. And I feel like what you don't see about yourself, and Spirit wants you to know, is that people do appreciate you, because I feel like maybe you feel that people don't, or that no one sees how good of a person you are. I feel like that's a really big problem. You think that no one sees your worth, because even though I say you have a self-worth issue, you do have an idea of it. You do know that you're the therapist friend. You do know you bring a lot to the table. I feel like you do downplay how good of a person you are, but I do feel like you have an idea of it, but you don't know if other people feel the same way about you. But with this marriage card and this Neptune dreams card, people do. It's like, it's almost as if you enchant people. It's like you just do something, and it's your energy. But what truth about yourself wants to be revealed? So I'm gonna move these over a bit so I can make room for this. So we have Chiron. Yeah, some of you guys help me pronounce it, because I was saying Chiron. It's Chiron, okay? But Chiron healing, Queen of Swords. This is so pretty. And main female. Let me move this up. I just got a text message. Wow. Okay. Can you guys see that? I don't think you guys can. Let me fix it really quickly. Okay. Let me move all of this over a bit more. This is so messy. I'm so sorry. Okay. But what truth about you wants to be revealed? You guys are not compassionate with yourselves at all. I feel like you sit there and be this loving person to everybody else but yourself. You need healing, and that is the first thing I got off of this card. Well, pretty, like, obviously, because this is the healing card, but that's literally the first thing that I got off of that. I'm getting many messages, but I'm gonna address it one by one. You guys need healing, because I feel like with this Queen of Swords, you've turned into the Queen of Swords, and it's so crazy because that's really conflicting energy. Why? Oh, I did not mean to do that. But it's like, you might want to say that you're someone that's very open, you have your heart open, you know, you wear your heart on your sleeve, when in reality you don't. You don't. I feel like you've built this wall around it, maybe because a lot of people have taken advantage of you, or you don't trust people, because there's always got to be a reason why someone is just so nice. I know, I mean, people are naturally nice, but why are you nice? Why? Do you know what it feels like for someone to be mean to you? Do you know what it feels like for someone to be alone or left out? Is that why you're nice? So with this Queen of Swords and the main female, you guys need healing, but this is another thing. I don't think you really understand how important you are to other people and how much you bring to the table with this Queen of Swords, because this Queen of Swords is probably the most. I love that card because the Queen of Swords is not compassionate. She is, but she has her boundaries up. She's still very loving, but she has boundaries up because she's not going to allow anyone to play. She's not going to allow anyone to play with her emotions or, you know, try to act whatever way. She's not going to allow that. And with this main female, this discusses a romantic interest or you. And you are the main female, even if you are a male. But this just means that you really radiate a lot of, if you're a male, it can mean that you radiate a lot of feminine energy, or you're just very, very loving and giving. And with this healing card being here, you guys might have mother issues. Like, it's called mommy issues. You might have that, or maybe you need to confront your feminine energy and your feminine side of yourself. Maybe you need to confront that, or maybe you need to confront a female in your life. And then we do have the main female being right here. Like, come on now. That if it's not obvious, then I don't know what is. But I feel like there's just a sense of needing to heal your more feminine side, or just being more compassionate within yourself, because I don't think that you guys are so nice to yourselves as you are to other people. And that's what I was saying with this marriage card. You guys are focused on everyone else, or you help everyone else but yourself. Literally but yourself. And I think that that is something that you know, because I don't think I'm saying anything you're not aware of, but you brush it off, or you don't understand the depth of it, because you're literally hurting yourself by doing that. Because not only is that causing maybe a feeling of feeling alone, it's literally damaging you, because if no one's there for you, you got to be there for yourself. But let me tell you something. I don't think you guys are there for yourself with these cards. I don't think you are. A simple doubting yourself, that's not being there for yourself. Because if a friend was, if are you going to doubt your friend? And even if you do, you're going to still make them feel very supported, right? Are you doing that with yourself? More than likely not, because I just don't think you are. So I do feel like you guys, I feel like you guys have a really distorted sense of a distorted way of viewing yourself. I don't think that you're seeing yourself for what you are, but I mean, that makes perfect sense because this is a reading on what you're not seeing about yourself. So I don't think you're seeing a proper image of yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys might struggle with self-love as well, but with this main female that also talks about beauty, maybe you don't see that either, which is probably why you don't let people get close to you with this Queen of Swords. You know, maybe you might know a lot of people do, but do you have a lot of friends? I don't think you guys let anybody close to you. How long is this? 60 minutes? I could have swore I was talking for like 5 hours. That's crazy. What else? Am I getting anything else from this? It's a really conflicted energy with this last column. I feel like you just don't really see the depth of how much hurt that you probably have, or how many wounds are still open. Like, I don't think you see that. And it's like your subconscious mind is literally just crying. I do think another thing that I want to point out is that you guys have grown a lot. Maybe you went from being this naive person to someone that has boundaries, someone that understands that not everything is peaches and cream, because maybe you thought that before and, you know, you got humbled, or you had to learn that the hard way. I do feel like that is another thing. And I feel like you guys gain a lot of wisdom from that as well. I feel like you just need to, I feel like a lot of you guys just don't really have a really good idea of how much of a good person you are, or how much healing you need to do. Because with this healing card, I don't think you see that as well. Because with this Queen of Swords, like I was saying, you have an idea of it, but you don't take it seriously. You're just like, that's just my life. That's what it is. It sucks. But you don't really see that you need to heal from that, because that's trauma right there. And I don't think you see that. And I don't think you, because a lot of you might not want to be the victim or whatever, so you don't look at it for what it is. And in reality, if you were to go to a psychologist right now, they're just like looking at you like, are you crazy? Do you know how much healing you need to do? It's kind of like that. But group 2, that was your reading. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. This is a reading regarding what aren't you seeing about yourself. Before we get into this, I would like to say this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for you. If nothing resonates at all, I would pick a different pile, and if you have trouble picking piles, I recommend the random number generator. That's something I always use and it always helps me. So that being said, let's get into your reading. So I'm doing this one a bit differently. This column represents what aren't you seeing about yourself. This one represents what the spirit wants you to know about yourself, and this one represents what truth about yourself wants to be revealed. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, let me move this over so we have space. First card is Pluto Transformation. We have the Hierophant and Courthouse. Now, Courthouse and the Hierophant goes literally perfectly together because they represent the same thing technically. I mean, the Justice card would actually go with this, the Justice and Judgment. Anyways, okay, what aren't you seeing about yourself? Now, I've already seen every card in all the other columns, so this really tells me is that what you aren't seeing about yourself is that there's a transformation wanting to happen in your life, but I almost feel that you know this, but you're dreading it. This could mean that there's a truth you need to acknowledge, but it's not really a pretty one. It could even, for example, you know your best friend is fake, but that's your best friend, and if you address it, you would have to cut that person off, but yet you've known them your whole life. So you're just like, okay, now if I cut them off, I'm gonna be lonely or I'm gonna miss them. So you're dreading the fact that you have to address them at some point. So you're trying to stick to the script, and you're trying to, just keep going. I keep hearing keep going, keep on going, keep on going. Like, I think that was in what movie is that? Finding Nemo too. Either way, I feel like you're trying to stick to some sort of script, because you know that once you leave this or leave that path, leaving this path is what's best for you. You know that, but you don't want to have to deal with the struggles that comes with it at the beginning. But what you don't, and it's like, for whatever reason, I'm getting that you know this already, but you're ignoring it. And it's the fact that this transformation cannot happen if you're clinging on to things that no longer serve you. Because I feel like you guys with this Hierophant do not want to rebel. You want to stay intact. You want to stay in line with this courthouse. You want to stay in line, and you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to stray away from it, because that's what you're used to. So something you don't realize about yourself. Okay, first of all, you can be an earth sign, because that's earth sign type energy. Or this is earth sign type energy, and I think the Hierophant is Virgo. And if that is the case, then that is an earth sign. So yeah, I think that a transformation is needed. And so we know the Hierophant is Taurus. I'm trying to look in the book. No, yeah, it's Taurus, but that still is the same thing, because Taurus is a earth sign. So right. Anyways, y'all, I had a moment forgetting, but yeah, something you don't realize about yourself is you like to stay in your comfort zone. And there is a transformation wanting to happen, but you won't stray away from it. This is one of those spiritual transformations where you gotta leave the herd and find your own way or curve your own path, but you don't want to do that because you know that you're gonna have to be alone for a point in time. But what you don't seem to realize is that even though you might have to be alone for a bit, at the end of it, you're gonna find people that are just like you, and it's gonna be much better than maybe the friends that you have now, because these people, you guys only connect because of the mask you have on. But once you take that mask off, all of these people leave because they don't connect with your true self. But once you realize that you have to leave the herd and find who you are and find your true soul friends and soul family, you're going to be much more fulfilled over there, because there is no having to put a mask back on. There is not having to overextend yourself, because these people don't really resonate with your truest self. So I feel like that's okay, but that's just one thing. Another thing I'm getting is that you guys are very, very hard workers, and I feel like you guys are law-abiding citizens, but not necessarily to the law, but to your morals. You guys are very, very morally strong, and I feel like this might be a problem for you sometimes, because you come across people that don't have the same moral values as you, and that might be an issue, because you're like, I would never do you that way, so why would you do me that way? And it's like maybe the reoccurring issue in your life because of the fact that you believe so strongly in this, but yet other people don't. Because the Hierophant is about morals, values, Christianity, a religion. Well, not Christianity, but a religion. So, yeah, I feel like you guys stick to the script. You're the type of person to stick to the script, whether that be your own script, a script someone else wrote. Either way, there's a script that you're trying to stick to. And I feel like this was more so a warning. Like, there's a transformation wanting to happen, and it cannot come into your life unless you let go of the past. and let go of the oldness, the old energy, because you don't have room for new energy if you're holding on to all of these old memories, all of these old past hurts, all of that. So what does spirit want you to know about yourself? Okay, let me move this over a bit. I have a really big headache all of a sudden. I feel like something is an annoyance to you. But okay, we have 10th, right, of course. Yep. 10th house, reputation. Let me make sure this is focused. Reputation. 8 of Pentacles. Concern. I have a really specific message, and you know what, this relates to this. You guys, I feel like you guys are too caught up in how people view you. Now this could be because maybe in your past people didn't like you, or you didn't get along with people, so now you literally devote all of your time to your reputation. You work so hard on your reputation. I feel like a lot of you guys have careers as well, because this is going to resonate differently for y'all. So let me just get out one scenario and then I'll put out the other one. But for the first scenario, I feel like a lot of you guys are too concerned with the way people view you, and it's a problem. And spirit wants to get you to know this, because it's like, if you would just realize how pure and good your truest form is, instead of this masked facade that you put on, you wouldn't care about what these people how people view you, because who cares about their opinion? If you would see how powerful you are, you would not care about these people's opinions. But you can't do that, because you're just stuck in the fact that, no, I have to do this, oh, I have these responsibilities, I don't have the time to embark on a spiritual journey, I don't have the time to do any of that, I gotta be realistic. So yeah, I just see a mature woman. Really, you guys are trying to think about this practically and logically, when in reality sometimes you gotta believe in magic, sometimes, you know. So now the other scenario I'm getting is that you guys are very, very hard workers, and you might have a lot of responsibilities on your plate. And to you, with this Hierophant, that's just the life that I have, and you know, that's that. I can't really do anything about that. But in reality, you can, because you need to work smarter rather than harder, because I feel like you guys have a lot of burden on your chest, and you have a lot on your plate, especially with this concern card being here. And I feel with this courthouse, because that's what this courthouse card also means, that as well. And with this Hierophant, I just hear that you guys are in a very, very high position where people look up to you, even if you don't know this. I feel like a lot of you do know this though, but I feel like, yeah, in your bottom deck energy is occupation. So what is this? High honor? Exactly. What is this under that? But we have a high honor here too. Yeah, people look at you with high honor. I feel like a lot of people look up to you, and this could be your occupation. You're a boss of some sort, so it's like you cannot make a wrong move, because if you do, the whole company is going to suffer. But you know what? Look what's under this. Distant horizons. This, like, you see how magical this card looks? Okay, hold on, this is the card. It's not necessarily about magic, but it's about dreams. Things that sometimes may seem unrealistic. I feel like there's a lot of people in your life, because I just seen the main male, then I seen the mature woman and the mature man. These represent people. So I feel like there's a lot of people in your life that's maybe telling you, oh, you gotta be this at this certain age or whatever, and I feel like it puts a lot of burden on you. And I feel like you guys are very, very concerned with your work life, and it's like, I think you guys know this, but you just don't know how far it runs deep and what it's actually doing to your spirit, because I feel like it's really irritating your spirit, simply because of the fact that you guys by nature are very free-spirited people, but you're locked into whatever this is. I really wouldn't be surprised if the imprisonment card comes out. So spirit, can I get a clarifier on what this is? Like, you know, the whole concern thing, like what is this? Spirit, can I get a clarifier on what this is? What is this whole concerned, restricted energy? Oh, marriage came out. It could be a relationship that you're in with this marriage card coming out. Yeah, it could be a relationship that you're in. What is this? Privileged lady, mature woman, message. Oh, occupation coming out, message. Yeah. So, I mean, we did get the clarifier. For a lot of you guys, it can be a relationship, or it could literally just be something that you are married to. It could be a child as well. Or just something that you're married to. Like, you could be married to your work, you could be married to your job, all of that. So whatever this is, I feel like it just requires a lot of work, and I don't think that you realize how much this takes a toll on your mental health. Like, you just look at it like, oh, it is what it is, whatever, when in reality it isn't what it is. You know, you need to do something about this, because I don't feel like you're doing anything about it with this Hierophant. And maybe some of you guys are, that's fine, but for a lot of you, I don't think you're doing anything about it. You're just saying, I accept it, that's the burden I have, so that's just what it's gonna be. Like, when in reality, no. Like, I don't think you're trying to fix this with this Hierophant. You're just staying committed to it. Maybe you're staying committed to it because of your moral value. Like, I can't really do nothing about it. Or you feel like you got to do it for other people. Like, I just feel like there's just a sense of a locked in energy, like you can't really do anything about anything. But okay, let's move all of these over so I can get your other cards. Okay, so what do we have? We have semi-sextile allowing. We have the World, and the Lovers. Well, not the Lovers, but Lovers. Let's put this right here again. But this is what technical difficulties, guys. The phone died. But basically, what truth about you wants to be revealed? You guys want out. You guys want out. I cannot express this enough. I low-key feel bad, because after all of the suffering, after all of the hard work, and it not paying off, or after everything, you just want to be able to relax with this allowing card, the World card, the Lovers card. You want out. You want to be able to sit down and breathe. I feel like a lot of you guys have a lot on your plate and you're tired. You're tired. That's what it is. Like, I don't know if you guys know the meme, but that meme, it's like, I'm tired, child, I'm tired. It's like that. That's not funny. Why am I laughing? But you know, it's I'm tired. You know, this could be, like I said, with the relationship, but we have the Lovers here, so it's like you want your soulmate. You're tired of running into these people that, you know, are temporary. You're tired of having this disharmony or this dysfunction. You're tired of it. And with the Lovers, it doesn't necessarily have to mean a relationship, even though that's what that card signifies, but it could literally just be harmony. We do have the World here. Harmony. You just want harmony instead of the dysfunctional behavior, the dysfunctional life circumstances, you know, the baggage, all of it. You're just tired. Very tired. Now, I'm gonna add a trigger warning right here. I don't know if what I say, I'm not gonna say that, but all I'm gonna say right now is, do not do anything stupid, because with this energy being here, there's just a sense of wanting it all to go away now, and it's like, it's low-key making me want to cry, because I'm picking up on this energy, and it's just a sense of, I'm so sick of the repeated cycles every day. I'm so sick of having to get up every morning, go to work for however many hours, don't even get a good enough paycheck. I'm actually working hard at this job, and I have these people to take care of. I have this to deal with. I'm tired of it with this world. That's the truth that wants to be revealed, and it's not that you don't know it, because you do, but I feel like you guys just go day to day like, this is gonna pay off one day, or that's just the life that I live, and you ignore it. You ignore what's bubbling underneath, and what's bubbling underneath is you want to be free-spirited. You want out of the chains. You want to explore. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to do something that's not the norm. You don't want to go to work every day. You don't want to do that. Maybe you want to go to the Bahamas and, you know, vibe. You know, maybe that's what you want to do, but you can't because of all of this, and it's just bubbling under the surface. Every day you act like it's fine, when in reality it's bothering you, but I don't think you acknowledge that, and I don't think you take much stock into it. You're just like, okay, well, it is what it is, and that's the truth about it. So what I recommend, like, you guys need to do something about this instead of going day by day like, you know, that's what it is, whatever. because I'm just hearing sigh. It's like people, it's like I don't even think that people don't notice about you. They know. And you're just like, you just shrug your shoulders. It's like, that's what life is about. When in reality, that's not what life is about. That's not what it's about. You guys need to figure out something to get yourself out of this, because I feel like this is something that's literally slowly killing your energy and killing your youth. Like, it's kind of crazy. I mean, mature man, yeah. It, like, maybe you're trying to be mature about it. Maybe you're trying to, yep, mature woman is right here too. Maybe you're trying to be mature about it. Maybe this marriage thing being here, maybe it's just something that you're stuck in and you have to be in because it just makes sense. Like, for example, Jay-Z and Beyonce, like, it just makes sense. Like, you know, you can't really do anything about it. And it's like, okay, I get you're trying to be mature, but sometimes maturity is not always the answer. Sometimes you gotta act like a kid, and if that means getting yourself out of something that doesn't serve you, then so be it. Who cares? Sometimes you gotta take the L of, you know, behaving in a way that really isn't the best, but sometimes that's literally just what you have to do. For example, you might have to cut off a family member or whatever, and that's blood. You don't want to do that, but sometimes you have no choice, and that might be your situation with this, or at least come up with something to lessen the load of whatever this is. Maybe take a break. Maybe be like, look, if I'm gonna be doing all of this work, you need to give me a promotion, because this is ridiculous. Fight for what is yours, because this is not it. This is not it. And this is actually starting to make me mad too, because I don't think you guys are getting a really good thing. I feel like with this poverty, this doesn't have to mean that you're poor or whatever. No, it could just mean that you're literally being breadcrumbed. Like, you're not getting what you're putting in. Imprisonment, exactly. Oh my god, what is this? Yeah, a message of great fortune. Maybe this could be a sign that someone is gonna message you telling you won the lottery or something, or good news. But either way, I feel like you guys need to go out and get it yourself instead of just coasting or being on autopilot. So yeah, group 3, that was your reading. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello group 4, welcome to your reading. This is a reading regarding what are you not seeing about yourself. I'm doing this one a bit differently. There's 3 columns, and the first column represents what don't you see about yourself. The second column represents what the spirit want you to know about yourself, and the third column represents what truth about yourself wants to be revealed. Before we get into this, I would like to say this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for you. If nothing resonates at all, I will pick a different pile, and if you have trouble picking piles, I recommend the random number generator. That's something I always use, and it always helps me. So that being said, let's get into your reading. Okay, so what aren't you seeing about yourself? We have conjunction, empowerment. This looks so nice. I like that card. Then we have the Page of Pentacles and bad health. Okay. What aren't you seeing about yourself? So starting off with the Page of Pentacles and empowerment, I do feel like you need to be reminded of your power, because with the Page of Pentacles is someone who will not stop until they get what they want. They have literally ultimate drive. They have the drive of a child, and at this point no one's drive can match a child, because a child does not put limitations on themselves. A little toddler does not know that they cannot fly, but guess what? They're gonna still try and fly. To us they failed, but to them they were flying. They're gonna pretend like there's lava on the floor even if they don't see it there. They have no limitations, none at all. So I feel like what you don't realize about yourself is how empowered you are subconsciously, because this is a reading on what you don't see about yourself. So the fact that empowerment in the Page of Pentacles is here is that you don't really see how much power that you actually hold. You are the Page of Pentacles, and yes, the Page of Pentacles might represent youth, and that could be a sign of immaturity, but that does not matter, because that's not what I'm getting off of this card. I feel like you need to empower yourself, because I feel like you have a lot of goals and a lot of dreams, but you, for whatever reason, maybe you might not have the support from other people, or maybe you might not be supporting yourself, or maybe, you know, there's just some times where it's like, okay, maybe I can't do this. Now with this bad health now, I would never tell y'all, oh my God, there's something wrong with you. I'm not a doctor, and I do not substitute, or I'm not a substitute for an actual doctor. But with this bad health card being here, I would recommend maybe you might want to go to a doctor, get a checkup. This could just be a reminder to get a checkup or whatever. But this could also represent your mentality, because I feel like with this empowerment being here, there's a sense of you feeling down, like or feeling like you're useless, like you're hopeless, like you're sick, you need a doctor to help you, you can't do anything for yourself. So with this empowerment, that would actually make perfect sense with that empowerment card being here. And Spirit is asking you to channel it into that Page of Pentacles energy. You can do what you want. You're still young, regardless of your age. You still have a lot of youthful energy. You still have a lot of big dreams. Because there was a TikTok, I mentioned this in, I think, group 2, but basically the lady was saying, if you haven't made it by 20, you can make it by 30. If you haven't made it by 30, you can make it by 40. If you haven't made it by 40, you can make it by 50, and so on. Because the lady that was used as an example, she was either 80 or 70, just someone that was really old, and she wrote a book and became rich and famous off of that. She wasn't famous her whole life. If anything, she wasn't really doing the best financially, but guess what? She didn't use it as an excuse to be like, nah, I'm too old, I can't really do nothing no more. Nope. She still took that dream and channeled into her Page of Pentacles energy, because guess what? A dream does not age. Your passion does not age. If you're passionate about something, you're going to forever be passionate about something, just like as if you were someone that were young. So channeling onto the energy, you are not useless, you're not hopeless, you still have the ability to do that. And I don't think you see how much power you have. You literally have the pentacle in your hand. Go ahead. I feel like I just heard some people around you. I don't know if they're supporting you, but if not, support yourself. You don't need anybody but yourself. If no one's gonna support you, that's fine. Support yourself, because you're still gonna become successful regardless. So now this column, we have Leo the Lover. I just heard Leo the Liar. Oh my God. With Leo the Lover, this card is actually really beautiful. Then we have 5 of Wands. Then we have Journey. I feel like what Spirit wants you to know about yourself. Fight for what's right. Continue to fight for what's right. What is this? Extroverted, excessive, could be egotistical. Okay, so I'm getting 2 messages off of this. It is okay to be confident, and sometimes it's fine to get caught up in your ego. It happens to everyone. Everyone has an ego. But it's a journey. It is a process to get rid of those habits. It's a process to not come off as argumentative, or not come off as you have, aggressive. Sometimes it's hard to not do that, and that's fine, because I feel like a lot of you guys have a lot of youthful energy with this Page of Pentacles being here in the first column. You guys be young people, or just have a lot of youthful energy, or maybe you haven't overcome some of the problems that you had when you were a child or whatever. Either way, it's fine. It's a journey. I feel like Spirit does not want you to beat yourself up about this. Another thing is, you need to stand up for what is right. If someone is trying to walk over you, don't let them do that. The Leo the Lover, she's confident, or he's confident. They're expressive, they're creative. They're not going to allow anyone and anybody to walk over them. They're Leo the Lover. It's as simple as that. Like, no. I feel like what Spirit wants you to know about yourself is that you have the ability to be very confident. Maybe you are very confident with this empowerment card being here. So I'm getting 2 messages, but I really don't want to be the one to be like, oh my God, you're too confident, because there's no such thing as being too confident. It's just becoming arrogant, and you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna warn you guys now. It's very important to not slip into that. You guys might not be in that now, but with this Page of Pentacles, you could be receiving some sort of success, and that could, in turn cause you to, pop your collar a little bit, get into your ego a little bit. Like, that's fine, but don't make it a problem for other people and yourself. It is okay to, brag a bit. Like, that's fine. I'm like, come on, we're human, and people shouldn't take it as bragging. You know, you're just showing your success. Yeah, that's fine. But like I said, don't cause a problem for people and yourself because you're doing that too much. So I do feel like Spirit does want you to maybe look into your ego a bit, because there could be a sense of that becoming a problem with this Five of Wands being here, that it's starting to affect other people and you might need to get on top of that. But another thing is, I'm hearing is that, you know, if you need to come to someone with some fiery energy, that is fine too, because there's a conflicting energy here, and it's crazy because the Five of Wands is here, and that's all about conflict, because I'm getting so many messages from that. 1, stop being egotistical. 2, sometimes you need to fight for what's right. 3, be confident, go out there. If you want to fight someone, go ahead. Now play. No, I'm not, and I'm playing. No, do not fight nobody. Don't do that. I was just joking. But I'm hearing that it's more so being expressive. Express yourself. Go out there and be like, hey, y'all like my outfit, to a group of strangers. Be like, hey, y'all like my outfit, you know, is it nice? Like, have the confidence in yourself to do that. Like, yeah, that might be a process to you know, go through, but it's worth it to be so free spirited. That's what I was getting from the very beginning. I feel like you guys are very free spirited. So for the people that are already like that, sometimes you need to tame that. For the people that are not like that, sometimes you need to step into that free-spirited energy. But there's just a sense of needing to balance it, because it's crazy. Your bottom like energy is Temperance. You guys need to balance this and find the time when to do it and find the time not to do it, because obviously there's times where you just need to be chill and, you know, you need to be humble, when there's other times you need to be like, I am the bomb and what are you gonna do about it? Oh my god, I love the energy of this group. But okay, what truth wants to be revealed? We have Mars, action. Yep, fire energy. I really wouldn't be surprised if you guys were a fire sign. Then we have the Empress. Okay. That's really good. Then we have judiction. Judiction? I don't think I'm saying that right. Judiction? No. Judication? You know what? I'm actually going to put that in my phone and look it up, because this is ridiculous. Like, girl, you need to pronounce things properly. Like, judiction. But that's not even a word. Hold on. Because it's popping up as this and not. Why? Because I spelled. Look, guys. Look, don't get on me, okay? Do not get on me. Did I spell it wrong? No, I did not spell it wrong. Look at me about to doubt myself. I didn't even spell it wrong. Okay, look, we're just not gonna pronounce it today. We're not gonna pronounce it right today, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. But okay. You know what I'm hearing? Because I'm getting several messages from that too. Sometimes you don't need to address everything. Sometimes you need to leave it alone and let it speak for itself. Sometimes silence is the answer to things. You don't always have to open your mouth to say something, especially with this Five of Wands, because the Five of Wands is about arguments, conflicts, and all of that. You know, like I was saying with that balance being here. But a truth that's wanting to be revealed about yourself, I feel like a lot of you guys try to come off as fierce, maybe come off as confident, maybe come off as someone that's empowered, when in reality you are the Empress. Regardless of gender, you're the Empress. The Empress is not like that. The Empress is humble, and she believes in herself without having to express that to everyone. You know, it's okay to express to people like, yeah, I'm the bomb, you know, all of that. But sometimes you gotta let someone else be the judge of that, because that's what this judication card, whatever, is about. It's coming to someone for an answer, you know, rather than thinking you have all the answers for yourself. The Empress understands that she might not have everything, even though she's abundant in abundance. She's literally the abundance card, you know, and that's fine. But sometimes, you know, you gotta let somebody else be the judge of that. You know, I don't want to do y'all like this, honestly, because I love y'all group 4, but I am definitely getting a really big ego problem. For a lot of you, it's an ego problem, and for the other half of you, it's the sense of not indulging in your ego sometimes, or not being confident. So yeah, but another thing that a truth that wants to be revealed, is that I feel like you guys are just very, very fiery people, and if you're not, then sometimes you need to tap into that energy instead of allowing so much. Because like I said, it's literally, the message is going to be the opposite for the opposite crowd, because I'm getting a 50-50 thing. 50% of you guys are already like this fiery person, this confident person, and you need to tone it down. But for the other half of you that's like, I am not like that, you need to step into that energy, because that's what I'm getting with this. For a lot of you guys need to take action and not let people rule over you and having to go to people for answers all the time. But for the other half of you, sometimes you need to listen to other people's opinions and see what they have to say and get the answer from them, because you don't have all the answers. So it's kind of like, it's conflicting energy, and I feel like it literally goes both ways. But with this Empress card being here, I definitely feel like I'm hearing posing, like you're pretending to have it all, when in reality there is a sort of emptiness being here, but yet you're using this overly confident attitude to help you cope with this. In reality, you just need to love yourself. You need to show yourself compassion. Maybe you didn't have that, which is why you do what you do, because you're trying to, I guess, cope with the fact that maybe a lot of people are not very compassionate with you, so you don't give off that compassionate energy. I'm hearing like that whole sentence did not make sense, but it's like a fear of rejection. You push someone away before, or you leave someone before they get a chance to leave you. It's kind of like that. So before someone gets the chance to not show you compassion, you're going to be rude to them so they don't show it to you, if that makes sense. So for a lot of you guys, you can do that, when in reality you need to embody the Empress energy. You need to act on this Empress energy instead of doing all of this for everybody else, or not neglecting that energy, and actually tune into it. So, but I want to get more cards because I want to see what this is. I'm really not surprised that this false person card showed. But Spirit, what is this ego thing I'm picking up on? Can you please clarify this? Spirit, what is this ego problem or issue I'm picking up on? Can you please clarify this? We have courthouse. I'm gonna get another card. Spirit, can you please clarify this ego problem that I'm picking up on? What is this? Spirit, can you please clarify this ego problem I'm picking up on? What is this? I heard jester. Oh my god, that's too much. Spirit, what is this ego problem? Okay, with those two cards just coming out, I'm so mad I put it back in there. But I'm hearing that you might not have had support in your life, and you had to work for everything. So the place you are now, you're like, I had to get myself here. No one helped me get here. So do you think I'm gonna allow anybody to sit here and tell me anything? No one was there to help me. So now you're just like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, no one can tell me nothing. I had to get myself here myself. No one gave me help. So you think I want to hear what y'all gotta say? No. That's I feel like that's the reason. But I want to get a few more cards. You had to work really hard to get here, whether this be your financial life, the ability to love yourself. So now it's like that's all I'm gonna do. So for example, someone that hasn't really had someone that hasn't really had a lot in life, now when they do, it comes off as they're bragging because they never had that. So it's like a new experience for them. So, they overindulge in it. That doesn't mean they're a bad person or they're egotistical or they're trying to make people jealous. No, they just never had it before. So that I'm kind of getting that energy. But I'm gonna get one more card. Spirit, what is this ego problem that I'm picking up on? Can you please clarify this? Spirit, what is this ego problem I'm picking up on? Can you please clarify this? No one helped me when I was down is what I'm hearing. So I'm not going to help anybody. Spirit. Imprisonment. What is this? Thief. Okay, so maybe trigger warning. Maybe some of you guys went to jail or something. Or if not, why did I just hear someone stole something from you? It's like me. Okay, this could be a person. Someone stole a person from you, or maybe you've just been because now I'm starting to get mad. Yeah, I already feel like I know what this is. You've seen people receive the stuff that you were supposed to receive, in the stuff that you deserved when they didn't deserve it. While you were sitting there hungry in this jail cell, other people were out getting what you were supposed to get. People were taking these things from you, and you just feel like a lot of people stole a lot from you. You were supposed to have the success. You were supposed to be in the one in that leather coat because you've been working for it with this courthouse. You've been dedicated to it. You've been a good person all your life. Why does this keep happening to me? So now you're like, okay, I finally have it. Yes, sudden wealth, and I'm not gonna share with nobody. And I'm not saying you guys are not sharing with people, but I'm gonna do what I want, and no one can tell me nothing because now I'm gonna run wild. It's kind of what I'm hearing. It's like you've been in prison this whole time. You've been tamed this whole time, and now the beast wants to come out. I'm going to do what I want. Is kind of what I'm hearing. You know. Maybe you're sick of the false promises or whatever. I'm just seeing that there's a reason. You know, it's like, I don't know if you guys know these memes, but it's like villain origin story. It's like the background on why this person became a villain, and I feel like this is what that is. So maybe maybe you realize this about yourself, but you're not realizing why it happened. So, yeah, but guys, don't turn into a bad person just because people have showed. Okay, technical difficulties again. It ended up dying. No, it actually ran out of space. Yeah, that's what happened. I low-key forgot what I was saying, but yeah, the overall summary is don't let nobody drag you to hell, you know. Oh, you know what? No, this is what I was saying. I had broken the deck, and sudden wealth had came out several times, so maybe that's a sign for you to go play lottery or whatever and see if you do win. 777, that's kind of what I'm hearing, because I mean there is 777 right there, so maybe you might want to go play that and see if you win. But yeah, group 4, that was your reading. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.